Hi guys, this is Heidi Stitching Faith back with the Flosstube Extra end of the year WIP parade. This is the third one from the Flosstube Extra. Today I'm going to concentrate mostly on fancy ladies. I do have a couple of the other charts that I didn't show last two Flosstube, so I'm going to include those because they're not enough to do separate video. But mostly it's going to be fancy ladies, Mirabilia, Lavender Lace, and so on. I also gonna show two new finishes, fully finishes that happen to be fancy ladies. When I say fully finishes, I took them to framer, and I'm just gonna jump in because I assume you guys seen the other two videos. I'm just gonna start showing stuff. I do wanna say, if you guys like what you see, please like and subscribe. That helps with YouTube and encourages me to do more. I do read all the comments, and I do thank you for all the encouragement and kind comments I got for my first two videos with parades. Thank you. I appreciate that. It makes me feel confident to do more of it. For this weekend, I know I don't do a lot of live updates. I feel, I don't know, self-conscious, I guess. But my sister and I, we celebrated my mom's life. We usually go do something fun. And this time we went to see the Nutcracker by Los Angeles Ballet Company. They were putting on a show on Pasadena. So that's how we celebrated her day this weekend. Other than that, it's been just a regular. I do have a little bit of a cough if I sometimes clean my throat or drink water. It's because there's a Santa Ana winds and it kind of does number on my sinuses. But I'll try not to cough or anything. So far it's okay. Other than that, I'm gonna start showing the first two newly finishes. This actually I finished this year stitching, and then I framed it. This is called English Rose by Mirabilia. I finished the cross stitching 2022, but the silk ribbons I did it this year. I do have museum glass on this one and the spacers like this. So she's finished and fully finished, and end of this, I'll show her again 2023 end of the year finishes, because I do feel like I finished everything 2023, although I forgot to put the dates. I wish I did. So this has a whole bunch of beads and silk work. The reason I was not stitching this for a long time because of the silk roses. I was not feeling comfortable, but once you start stitching, it's not that hard. It just looks complicated. But the chart gives a very good directions. And the big one, I framed it. I want to put it, display it this year, so I figured I'll show it right now. This is called Christmas Queen, from the Queen's collection, Mirabilia. This is an older chart, but it is not out of print as of today's date. And I worked with 32 count gingerbread Lugana Picture This Plus. I did finish end of the 2022, but framed it this year. Just bring it closer. I have museum glass for both of them, but even if there is a museum glass, it's still gonna be a little bit of a shine going through, glow. And I decided to do basic frame and show more of the fabric. I think it has a very pretty fabric. Usually I don't leave this much space for my cross stitch framings, but this one, because I really like the fabric, I want to show a little bit more of the fabric, so did left a little bit more space than I usually like to do it. And did I put the date? Yeah, this one did stitch the date. So yeah, fully finished for my Christmas Queen from Mirabilia Queen's collection. excuse me. And those are gonna be only two finishes I'm gonna show today. I do have Santa from Mirabilia and Holly. They are previous finishes. I have shown them before. I'm gonna just let me see, how should I do it? I'm gonna just jump in and show a couple of Mirabilias, and in between there might be a few charts that are not Mirabilia or they are not Fancy Lady. I wanna also catalog what I have stitched, what I'm stitching the year. So a couple of them are not Fancy Ladies, but I included it because I forgot last few videos. The first one is called Red. And I'm stitching this with the old called for fabric, called for floss and called for beads. I think, yeah, I do have the bead pack. And I have not worked on her this year, but I think I'm working on another Fancy Lady after I finish her. She is next in line to be worked. And it is 32 count. What is the name of the fabric? French lace linen. I do think I made a mistake over here. That's why I stopped, but it's been a year, so I'm okay. I'm gonna just go back and fix it. There's no backstitch or any beads on this project yet. These parts that you guys see it, they all need to be put beads or treasures. Does it have treasures? Yeah. Pardon me. So I started this year and a half ago, 2022 or end of the 2021. So it is not as old project as some of my other ones. I'm just gonna go over there because of the space. This one is a Lavender and Lace and the Angel of the Morning. I believe this was designed for 911, 9/11, in memory of 9/11. She designed it. I read it somewhere. It might be the chart. I haven't read it for a long time, but I do believe that's the background story for this angel. Again, I really want to concentrate on this one to 2024 because 2023 is already over. It's a dark blue called for linen, 32 count, blue spruce, and this is not a Zweigart linen. I think this is a Richard linen. I do have the Cranix shiny floss work done, but I do not have any beads. And the face of the angel is 1/1. I'm gonna sit down and do it one day, but I haven't felt like doing it so far. But I really do wanna. I'm gonna say that a lot. I'm gonna finish this one day. I still have the needle on it. Let's see. Should I do this? This one I started it Mermaid this year, April Blue Diamond, MD 47. It might be out of print, I'm not sure. And I'm using, let me see. It's a printed glycerine box 28 Lugana fat quarter. I'm using a specialty fabric, so I cannot wash this one. I have to be very careful, and the design is white. So far, I started in May and I have done only this much work, which is a couple of days of work. It is a block stitching, so it goes faster. And this design, I do love these flowers. That's the reason I picked it. And the fabric generally, it's gonna look like this. It has this like leaf kind of things painted on the fabric. It's very pretty, and the fabric is easy to work on. It's 28 count and it's Lugana, so it's really easy fabric to work with. So April Fairy, which think I'm gonna work in April. It happens to be my daughter's birthday too that month, so I think I'm gonna work around her birthday, around that month and her birthday date. This one I started a couple of years ago, but I have not worked on it. I don't have the cover photos, so I printed from the Primitive Hair, the fabric that I purchased. She put a sample, so I printed that. I have the pattern. I do not have the very tattered pattern, but I do not have a photo, which is a couple of my older charts. I did not know they were going out of prints and stuff, so I was using the patterns. I never done, I used to not do working copies and stuff, so my older patterns are really bad condition, and some of them are missing parts or the front picture. This is a couple of years ago. I started it with this fabric. It's the bottom red, the flower thing, and this is all I have. The entire fabric is like this. I hope it's printed. I hope I placed it right because I want her flag to come right over here. So mostly you're gonna see only this part. I'm not gonna work on this one yet until I finish the Angel of Morning one from Lavender Lace. After that, this one. I just want to put a start, but I wasn't, and I started 9/11 too, a couple of years ago. This one is one of my favorites. Again, I started when? 2021, November of 2021, Christmas in London. And I am working with a 32 count white opalescent linen. I love the fabric, I love the look of the fabric, but because it's opalescent, I think my eyes are getting tired, getting older, tired. So I cannot work a lot on this one. Also, I decided to do the face 1/1, which I'm gonna take it off and do regular. I think that stopped me also from working on her too much. I don't have a lot done on her face, so I'm just gonna take it out, the 1/1, and do regular 2/2 the way it's charted, this part. So far I have this much. It's very beautiful and look at the shine. But when I'm working, my eyes get tired. I tend to not, I love the design, but I tend to not pick up this one a lot because of the fabric. But I am gonna continue with this one. I'm just gonna take out this couple of stitches, 1/1, and put the 2/2. Or 1/2. Because this is a lighter fabric, I think I can get away one floss on over 2 fabric floss on 32 count. I have done one out. Actually, I've done 2 of the Mira projects, 1/2 on 32 count, the face area, and it does work. Depends on the fabric. If the fabric is dark, it will not work. But if the fabric is lighter, you can get away. At least I think. This one, I was planning to finish this summer, but I got sidetracked. Where is it? It is called Shimmering Mermaid. This is how I lose the pictures because they get separated. Basically, they go like this in the envelope. A lot of times while I'm working or moving around, they fall and I do not notice them, and eventually they get lost. I started this on 2022 with 32 count Fiberlicious linen once in a blue moon. Honestly, this is very close to finish. That's why I wanted this summer to have this mermaid done, but I end up stitching other stuff. And I have not ironed any of this because for WIP Parade, I think it's gonna be too chaotic if I also iron it. I have finished everything on her hair, including the beads. Yeah, I done the beads also. But up to here, everything is done. I don't need to go back and add any of it. No, actually, I need to add this wings. It's a mermaid, but it says wings or part of the fin. I'm not sure, so I take it back. I need to add this wing part, and including the tail. But the hardest, I mean, like more fiddly part is her face, and it's already done. She looks gorgeous. I love her soft look, you know. I have stitched a lot of mermaids from Mirabilia collection. I realized one thing about I was going through my WIPs and stuff. I don't have a fairy stitched. I might have had one Nora fairy or something, but from Mirabilia line, I don't have a fairy. I have fancy ladies, I have a lot of mermaids, no fairies. So if I start any, it has to be fairy. I might have one fairy, but yeah, next time around, anything I start, I want to start something with wings. I'm still counting as a fancy lady though. This is New Year, New Start for 2023 at the Met. And this is available pattern. I started with this fabric, but this is not my idea. A couple of years ago, Mirror on the Wall, there's a Mirror Facebook group. I saw someone do it on this kind of fabric, not this one, but this tone fabric. So that's where I got the idea. I used the beetroot, Fox and Rabbit, 32 count linen beetroot. And I think most of the stuff I need to do her head dress thing, but most of it is done. This skin part, I have a little bit on her hand too. Should have done this way. Usually I work very careful on her face. If the face doesn't look good, I just am not motivated to stitch. So once the face is done and I'm happy with, I know I'm gonna finish her because I'm really happy with her face. I am using Call for Beads, Call for DMC and Karen Lilies. The Karen Lilies that are suggested for this one is highly variegated and changes color a lot, so I do use that. Although for Mirabilias, I always use the Karen Lilies that she suggests. It's Avalanche over here. This is a very pretty one that I haven't worked for a long time. And actually, I'm working from the original copy. Like I said, the older ones, I was not being that careful to make a working copy. So a lot of my older ones, I've been not very nice with the patterns. Celtic Christmas, Celtic Christmas, not Celtic. Noel, and started this, when did I start? Before I start doing Flosstube. So she's been with me for a while. Everything was going well, but then I started doing 100 other things and I haven't worked on it. The fabric is witched fabric. I do not have information about this fabric except I know it's a witched. A lot of them, Mirabilia and Lavender and Lace, they use witched fabric in their suggestion. It might be the suggested one or close to it. Oh, I know why. Over here, I might have been off one or two strands, and this is not matches when if you go up, so I have to go up and write the Noel, and from the top come down to make sure the border I can adjust it, because I made the mistake on a skirt, but because I'm not gonna take off all this stitching, at least this part, so I'm gonna adjust the border. I have to do something about it. All of the, no, actually, those are only the beads. Beads are only thing left. Everything stitching wise is done. I just need to add the beads at the end. She needs, I think she has a candle over here. Very pretty. This is one of her first from the Celtic collection. And I bought her a long time ago, and it just started a couple of years. And she is calling me, so I'm right now working on another Nora Corbett project. I'll show it. After I finish her, I think I'm gonna pick her up and put quite a bit work. What I do right now is in the mornings, before the day starts, I have it on my living room, which is this. I have a lot of lighting over here. In the mornings for a couple of hours, I just stitch on mirrors or Noras because they need more counting than like samplers, even though they are 40 count. I feel like with Noras I need more lights. And this is again, I'm losing the picture. This is also May. I forgot the word. May start. There's the picture. And excuse me. It is I'm all over. The Blossom Harvest MD60. Really old one. Actually, the beads I have, the plastics on the beads, they got yellow because they've been with me so long. So finally, I'll show you the older ones. They get yellow. This is the newer one. This is the older one. So you can tell over time plastic gets yellowed. That's how long I have her. Harvest Blossom. And I am using another hand-dyed fabric, hand-painted fabric I had. Even though it looks white, this part is all violets and purples. And I said it this year. I started how many? I started quite a bit May. I started quite a bit of Miras, not Noras. So I have a lot of Miras and a couple of Noras. But if next year, if I'm gonna do it, I think I'm not gonna start Mira. I might just start a couple of Noras, or I'll do another designer. Inkberry Holly, Nora Corbett. This is also stitched on opalescent fabric, Crystal Lagoon opalescent. That's why I'm stalling on it, because she is, it's hard, dark color and opalescent. I think my eyes are getting old. And it doesn't have any, it has only one mill hill, that's it. No Karen water lilies, it's all DMC and one thing, mill hill. Should be easy and more affordable kit to kit up. This one was in competition with the other one to finish this year, but I decided to go with the other one. It's called Halloween Fairy, but there's also another Halloween Fairy, which is, it's called Witch, but I think the other one should be the Halloween Fairy, but anyways. It's from the magazine, but you can get it from Hirschner. It is available. I don't think that she did not. I'm looking this way because my gardeners are gonna come. I'm hoping I can make it before they come. I don't think she ever printed this fabric. I mean, what am I saying? She didn't print the pattern. It's been in a cross stitch magazine, then in Hirschner's. This is 32 count extrude design grandpa sleeve. She is done. I need to do pumpkins. Do I have more pumpkins to do? Or this is the last of it? That's it. And spider webs. I need to finish the vines and put some more spider webs. Those are the only two pumpkins, and I think I have a moon over here. No, over here. Really close to finish, but she has to wait next year since I'm working the other witch to finish this year, which is around here. So this is Halloween Fairy on Hirschner. Not to mix up with the other Halloween Fairy that is from the Mirabilia collection. I think this is also Mirabilia or Nora Corbett, I'm not sure. Christmas start, 2023 Christmas start, no, 2022 Christmas start, Mirabilia Shakespeare's Fairies. And I'm working with a Barbara collection, Linen Halloween Party. .32 count. It has a lot of beads, cranics. I just put a start. Has very little start. I should work on it, but right now I'm concentrating. I'm going through the phases, like some are beginning phases, some are in middle, and some are finishing. I'm trying to finish one, bring like something like this and make at least one of the fairies. This is the lantern and the fairy's dress, middle fairy. So I'm trying to bring my Mira's different stages, so I don't have all new starts or all finishes. When I have some new beginning of the, I just have a couple of stitches. I have some right in the middle that gets boring a little bit, and the end is the fun part when I'm trying to finish the Mira. Yeah, this is the one I'm working right now. I took it out of the Q-Snap to show Anna by Nora Corbett, NC207. I started it 2022, beginning of my Flosstube. And there was, we started with Mary Daydream Stitcher. We started a hashtag and to work on it. I think she finished it. There were a couple of people who used the hashtag, thank you, and they finished it. I did a couple of stitches, then I saw other patterns and forgot to stitch on her until today. Not today, like last couple of days. This is what I'm doing in the mornings, only mornings, for half an hour, or maybe more. I work on her, then I move on. I had it only this part done, so everything is new. Right now I'm working on this, like last couple of days I've been working on this. Even though I thought her dress was green, most of it is black. I've been stitching so much black, and I still have her black cat over here. Yeah, front of her, that's it. And I have two spears, or the magic wands. She has a beaded spears going like this, and braid of her hair back there. And I think that's it. I feel like she's very close. Oh, this is the one. I'm doing one strand of DMC over 232 count. And let me see. Heritage Lugana Picture This Plus. Actually, the fabric is exactly this color, gray green. Yeah, this is out right now. I'm hoping I'll have a 2023 finish for her. 1 year, because I have two Mira finishes this year. I have the Cherry Blossom and also the English Rose, but I do not have Nora finish, so I'm hoping this will be my Nora finish for the year. I kind of put light, not like carved in a stone gold, to finish at least one Mira, one Nora every year to go through my project. The same with this. I started 3-4 years ago. I stitched one for me. My friend saw it and she wanted to, so I promised her to stitch Queen of Freedom. I started it. I got the exact same fabric I have for myself, and I started it again, but I think because I'm stitching this second time, the fabric is this printed, and as you can tell, this is all I have started, bottom of her skirt. And I think she's gonna move to another state, so I'm still hoping I'll finish it and ship it to her new house. She used to cross stitch and she appreciates the craft, and she has her own. She's done a very beautiful dimension. That's the same friend that I gifted her my Armenian alphabet. I think her and my sister and my stepmom got the most of my cross stitch gifts, because if people don't understand or they don't know what is cross stitch, I feel like they're not gonna get it if I give them a cross stitch gift. So I usually buy for people who know the cross stitch or they like it. I try to give them cross stitch gifts. This is the one I forgot to show my regular prims and sampler update. It's a dimension regular Scenic Farm. I'm using the kit floss, but I'm not using the kit fabric. I think it was asking for 18 count. It had 18 count Aida, but I changed to 32 count white linen. It's a little bit bigger than what it's gonna show, but my floss is gonna be enough. Again, I wanna work on this one. I made a mistake over here, the leaf area, so I have to take it out. This one uses 4 strands, I think 5, 3, 2, 1 back stitch, so it's full of everything. It was supposed to be ships. If I back stitch, they're gonna look like ships. It's gorgeous. One of my favorite ones. Really, really love it. The colors and stuff. I am gonna frame it. I do have enough space. It's gonna come up to here. I'm about 60% done for Scenic Farm dimensions. And I started this either 2021 or either end of the 2021 or beginning of 2022. So it is not new, but it's not that old because I have one 2017. And if you're new to my channel and you see why I have so much, I do stitch other stuff. I stitch a lot of samplers and prims too, and I'm a 30-year stitcher, so it tends to accumulate a lot of works in progress, a lot of patterns. Over time, it just accumulates. And I have a lot of finishes too. I don't frame everything because if I start framing everything, I should stop stitching because I have enough. I do stitch a lot and I stitch, I guess, fast. So I do have a lot of it. So a lot of times I don't fully finish them because I stitch to relax. I'm a process stitcher, not a progress. So process of the stitching is the enjoyable part for me. Yeah, so I have a lot, and I do like collections like this one. I forgot show again, the Shores of Hakan Hollow, and I'm stitching on 18 count fiberlicious fibers fabric, but I do not, it's 18 count, but I do not have the name. I started a long time ago. First, second, those are all finished. I'm working on this one. So I have 5 finished, and the largest one is this. Oh, 2019. I started 2019. My kids were going to MTAC, Music Teachers Association competitions. So a lot of times, or testing and competitions, a lot of times parents were not allowed inside for the kids to concentrate. So I would sit outside in my car, wait for them to compete and get tested and graded. So it take hours. I would take, and it was far away, so I would drive them there, and I would stay in a car, stitch until they came out. I know this one when my daughter was taking the test, and this one is, I think, during my son's time over there. So it has a good memories, you know. You have to pass the time somehow. Then this happened when the COVID started, so I stopped. We stopped going there in person. I stopped stitching on it, and I haven't picked it up. I did finish the Halloween at Hakan Hollow, so one of the, I have all the collection. Excuse me. I'm thinking I'm gonna pick this up after, I don't know. I'm gonna pick it up. This is, I purchased another Stitcher stash from eBay long time ago, Maps of Hakan Hollow, and I've been working on this one quite a bit. That's why I'm surprised that I did not show this one. I forgot. This year, actually, I put quite a bit stitching on this one, and I thought it's 18 count, but I measured it. I think it might be 16 count, but because it's hand dyed, it feels like 18, but it is 16 count fabric. And I'm using called for DMC 2/1 on 16 count hand dyed Ida. I don't know, because I did not started this. Up to here is another person's work, all of it. Down here is all mine. I am gonna change the blue. I'm using this blue. I filled in the hand. If you look closer, you can see the line, because I stitch differently than the other person, but if you don't come close, you won't know. Maps of Hakan Hollow. It has a lot of stitching, so she done the bulk of this part, which is the hardest part. So I'm just gonna plug in other stuff, and the only thing I'm gonna take off is the blue and add my blue. It's variegated blue, just to give the water some movement. Other than that, I'm keeping it as it is and working on it. I have no plan of finishing anytime soon, but plugging in little by little. Just to show you guys, this is the collection. I do have all of it. Is there a summer one? I know I have the autumn one, spring one, houses. I'm working on this one. I have kitted up this one. So let's see. Is there summer, or is the Shores of Hakan Hollow for the summer one? I have to figure that out. Pardon me. And this is also not a fancy lady, but forgot to show my previous video. Core Botecore, pure love, pure amor. Amore is love. I don't speak the language, but language of love, they say it's international. I just said something corny. I am working with 18 count fabrics by Stephanie Ariel's Grotto. and she is knitting. When I bought this, she had the knitting one. Since then, this designer print has a chart with the cross stitch. But when I bought it, she had only the knitting, so I got the knitting one. I'm gonna finish this, and I'll see if I wanna buy the cross stitch one too. It's very pretty. Look over here, I'm couching. Is that what it's called? So the back stitches look nice. I love this deer and his sweater. I have one from the Stephanie Webb, a deer. Are they wearing a sweater? It's a deer that has an elongated back and animals are sitting on it. It reminds me of this one also. Okay. This is very close to finish. Tree of Hope by MD 109. And I haven't worked on this year, but it's very close to finish. I am working with the 36 count Extra design. I forgot what is it. It's Extra design. I cannot find the paper, but I have said it before on my previous videos. And this is the one I was saying, and I'm working 1/2 on 36 count. I'm hoping the beads will fit. I think they would. Those are all bead areas. So now the sister's gonna be here, and hope flowers, one on each side of the sisters. That's how I see it, and one butterfly. So this is Tree of Hope. I finished everything here. I don't need to go back except for beads. It does ask for water lilies. How many? 4 water lilies. So it has a lot of water lilies. It is very pretty one, and I'm hoping after the red, I'll pick them up, and I'll finish this. Tree of Hope. And all right, I thought I have more facilities. I'm glad I don't have that much as works in progress as I thought I did. Oh, this is my birthday start for this year, 2023. The Carriage Garden Fairy, MD63. I do think it's out of print. And I'm working with the Floss Dames of the Needle from the Cauldron is the fabric name. I'm using cold for everything except the fabric. And I have a very little start. I think this is how I just put a start. I think that day I was busy, so I just wanted to make it that day of the birthday. Put some stitches, that's all I did. This is the fabric color, it's very pretty, and it feels like a Lugana, not a linen. 32 count. Queen of Freedom, no, Queen of Christmas Queen was my 2021 start birthday, and I finished 2022, but unfortunately this one I was not able to do the same. This one is Lavender and Lace. I'm looking for the picture. Nantucket, what is it called? Nantucket Rose. And I'm working with hand-dyed fabric, which again, I don't think I put the name of it, did I? Oh, I did. Freshers Ridge by Fabrics by Stephanie. So I do have the fabric name. Oh my goodness, this is the needles. My apologies. I have her head done, and I worked on her last time around. I worked over here. I have not picked up this year, unfortunately, but I'm gonna work on her. She has a huge skirt, almost full coverage except the end of it. And I'm looking forward for this treat. This is gonna look gorgeous. And because of there's empty space, that's why I chose this fabric, because it has a variegation, like over here, white and blue-ish, grayish color. That gives a sky look. Very pretty. So Nantucket rose. Need to be stitch pile. And I want to say 2019 start. The ones that I don't have written down a lot of information, there are newer starts. I mean older starts. Pardon. Princess Elana. I bought it the time that everybody was buying it and stitching it, but somehow because I was following everybody who was stitching her, I end up not kind of getting tired of it. This is all I have since let me see, 2020. That's all I have. I changed the fabric name. I don't have it, but once I start stitching, I'll look for it. Either it's a Fabrics by Stephanie or Fiberlicious Fabrics by Stephanie. I think that's the one it is, but I don't know the name. This is my only full coverage, but I put it with the Fancy Ladies because they're all fancy people. Sandy Littlejohn and Deborah Lester, Cross Stitch Arts. It's from the Cross Stitch magazine, but what I did is Googled Sandy Littlejohn's Facebook page, and I just Googled it, and she had it on download, PDF download. With the euro I purchased from her Facebook page. I was going very well, then I don't know what happened. I have so many others, but I am gonna put it in a morning routine too. It's 14 count Ada, 2/2, and they are fancy people. It reminds me of the Pride and Prejudice. That's all I have. It is full coverage, so I'm going like everything, including backstitch. When I'm working on it, I work everything, then move on. And she was the last lady I stitched, and then I stopped. Love this design. I also have from, at the same time, I purchased from her the winter scene. It's also like this panoramic. Also very pretty, but I have not started yet, and my goal was to at least go halfway for this one before I start her other design, which I didn't because I'm not halfway for this. I put this with the Fancy Ladies Camelot sampler because King and Queen. I do have the Queen, I don't have the King. And I'm working on the 1/1 jousting section. Over here, King and Queen are looking at background while knights are jousting. I finished her. It's all 1/1. This black is 1/1 too. So yeah, Camelot from Teresa Wenzler. I don't know if her patterns are out of print. I had this for a long time, so I'm using what I have. Nora Corbett June Bug. First I didn't realize how cute it is until I saw a couple of Flosstubers were stitching. Maggie, Kitsy WIP. Maggie, her name is Maggie. She was stitching and she showed her finish. I really liked it. So I'm working on finishing end of her skirt, but I feel like it's more spring or summery, so that's why I'm not working on her. But it can be a quick finish, and I'm working with the 32 count linen. Count Jazz by Picture This Plus. It's called Jazz by Picture This Plus. And love this color. Love the fabric. I could have used the half of it and not waste the fabric, but I did it. I don't like big margins on the side. Framers said that they're fine if I have 2 inches. At least the framers, I take it to Hobby Lobby or Michael's, they are fine. So because I use a lot of times hoop, when I have too much fabric, it's harder for me to work around it. This is not fancy, lady. Actually, this is primitive, but because I forgot to show my other videos, I'm gonna show here. The Wool Gatherer by Shepherd's Bush. This is a collection. I have all 4 of the Gatherer collection, and it comes with the bead pack and the charms. That's why I'm using code for fabric color, fabric size and color, because of this, all the charms and beads and backstitch. I've been working very well, but I don't know what happened. I have not worked this year. I do want to work on it. Oh, I'm doing the back stitches, I guess. 32 count Belfast linen. It's gonna be full of beads and stuff. This is the Santa, and the wool is gonna go over here. I have to tie it. So it's gonna give a very beautiful 3D look. This is so pretty, this part. I love Shepherd's Bush. This is 2/2 actually, work done. Usually they ask 1/2 on 32 count. I love the Shepherd's Bush, this soft, muted colors. I like the loud colors, and I like in between, like a taste change to soft colors, so I jump around. Where is it? Okay. It is usually Shepherd's Bush patterns call for silks, but this one asks for DMC. Oh yeah, I love this one, and working slowly but surely. Stone Roses. I think it's not out of print, even though it's really old one, number 17. I was watching the Doctor Who, Weeping Angels, that episodes, Weeping Angel, that's when I started this, which tells you it was one of the older doctors. I forgot his name. He's playing on Good Omens right now on Netflix. So I was watching that Weeping Angels when I started this 28 count linen. No, Lugana. The dyer is from eBay, and she doesn't name her fabrics. This is how it's supposed to be, very soft, muted colors. Those are the roses. And this is silks. It has quite a bit silk too, like 2-3 colors of silk. How many? I'll check. And it's on 28 count. Let me see how many silks it asks for. Water lilies, so it says one Mill Hill and 2 Karen water lilies. But like for each Karen water lily, you need 2 skins. At least that's what I feel like this pattern needs. And my last but not least is Mirabilia Start Baker's Wife. And I started her on, I'm trying to find the information. I didn't put the fabric name, that's odd. It's unknown Lugana. It feels like, I'm gonna be honest, it feels like the same as the Queen gingerbread. Looks like gingerbread Lugana. So I'm working on this one for reference. I have worked on this area. This is all acrylic. So I'm going like this. This is compared to other mirrors, it's a smaller one. And these empty spaces are all beads. She is full of beads and charms. Very pretty one. I have her sister too, Baker's Wife, and there's another Duchess of Ruin. Those are the two, and I am gonna stitch her. The other one is fully kitted also. So this is all my fancy lady WIPs for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you like what you see. Like and subscribe, and I'm gonna try to do update video maybe soon, but I'm trying to get this out before my Christmas. I want to do something update on a Christmas, so let's see if I'll have time. I hope you guys enjoy your holidays and have a wonderful couple of weeks until I see you again. Bye.